You know, my mother used to say, a long time ago, whenever there would be any really catastrophe that was in the movies or on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. There will always be helpers, you know, even just on the sidelines. That's why I think that if news programs could make a conscious effort of showing rescue teams, of showing medical people, anybody who is coming into a place where there's a tragedy, to be sure that they include that. Because if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope.
What is amazing is the energy. It's a lot of people. We met a group of young Lebanese men that came driving for more than 5 hours, and they were in the streets everywhere, just cleaning. So it's an organized chaos, which I love, because everything is chaos, but it's super organized. Military, police trying to organize traffic, the groups picking up the debris, putting them in bags, somebody picks up the bags. And that's what is very fascinating, that when young people come together and unite and make things happen, things began moving better.
Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Executor Bubbles, bringing you another episode of Wonderful Wednesdays. Now last week, there was a horrible event that took place in Beirut. You know, there was an explosion over there that exploded with the force of 1,800 tons of TNT. It took the lives of hundreds, it injured thousands more. You know, it was a very, very difficult thing to watch last week. But, you know, just as Mr. Rogers has said, or I guess just how Mr. Rogers' mom told him, you know, if you look for the helpers, you'll see that there's hope. So, let's bring on Norbert this week so we can share with you some uplifting stories that bring about some hope. Hey Norbert, how's your weekend?
Oh man, this weekend was filled with all sorts of news about whose fault the Beirut explosion boom boom thing was.
Yeah, it really was, you know. And I think that's just sad. You know, while the Lebanese people can't forget about it, you know, they should absolutely get to the bottom of what happened out there. I think the rest of the world should instead show some support to the Lebanese people. You know, we should be less concerned about who, how, or what happened out there.
Yeah, man. I heard over 100,000 people lost their homes.
I didn't look at those numbers, but that's pretty crazy, man.
So, what you got for us this week? I really need some pictures.
All right. I did pick out a few stories. I think, you know, that'll do just that.
Oh boy.
So, starting us off this week is a story about a grandmother who survived the horrific blast from Beirut. Let's take a look. May Aboud Melki's house in Beirut was an absolute mess of glass shards, broken walls, and furniture that lay across her floor. As her world stood still, one precious piece lay unscathed by the destruction of the blast, her piano. Luckily, their family wasn't home at the time of the blast, but her husband's business had been destroyed. Their granddaughter, Maylee Melky, captured this moment as her grandmother played Auld Lang Syne on her beloved piano to be a symbol of hope for the many that were in despair. Maylee Melky, thank you for sharing such a beautiful video.
Oh man, that scene looked like something out of a movie.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. I just pray for the Lebanese people.
Hey Bubbles, are there JCs out there?
Yeah, man. There
Wow.
are. And, they've been on helping with the cleanup, and they even have organized a donation campaign as well.
Oh, we should help them and donate.
Way ahead of you there, buddy. But they're going to need a lot more help than what I was able to send myself.
Hey you out there, if you can spare some change, we'll leave a link to JCI Lebanon donation campaign in the description below. Hey Bubbles. Bubbles? Hey, you can take the spotlight off me now. I'm done. Bubbles!
Sorry about that, bro. I was looking ahead to our next story, Norbert. But, the next story is a really uplifting one about a businessman who gave up his career for a higher calling, Let's take a look at this quick clip from a recent GoFundMe hero, Christopher Vane.
My mom was a great influence in my life. Her name was Ursula, and she taught me compassion. She always believed in me. She really was an incredible lady. She passed away in 2016. She loved animals, and Ursula in Latin is little bear, so we named a sanctuary in her memory. Little Bear Sanctuary is a nonprofit farm animal sanctuary in Punta Gorda, Florida. We rescue farm animals who have been neglected, abandoned, rescued from slaughter, and we give them a permanent life at the sanctuary. On our most recent rescue, we were able to rescue 2 piglets. They came to us with their tails cut off, their ears tattooed. They both had pneumonia. Unfortunately, every pig from a factory farm goes through that, but they're taking their medicine. They're doing really, really well. It's amazing to see when an animal comes from that situation, and 4 weeks later, when they get love and belly rubs, it's such a transformation. It's what makes it all worthwhile. I've always had a connection with all kinds of animals. They're emotional, intelligent beings. My ultimate goal here is to give them the best care that I could possibly give them. And fundraising is one of the most important aspects of the job. Everything that's done at the sanctuary, from the fencing to the feed to the insurance, it's all donations. There are so many incredible people who support us in so many ways, and I'm just humbled by it every day. I always tell people I founded this sanctuary, but this sanctuary belongs to the supporters. My mom, she never got to see it, but I think she'd be very proud. There really is no word to describe what I get to do every day. I'm still amazed that I've been able to do this, and just to see so many happy animals, it's pretty amazing. If you follow your passion and you believe in what you're doing, you can do anything.
Little Bear Sanctuary is such a beautiful way to honor his late mother. I'm sure she's smiling proudly down upon him from heaven.
Yeah, man. Did you see all those cute piggies? The piggies are so cute!
Yeah. Did you hear him right at the end, though? If you follow your passion and you believe in what you're doing, you can do anything.
That's awesome, Bubbles. I don't even know what my passion is. Do you?
I know what I like to do, and I know what I'm good at,
Huh?
but I'm not sure if that's particularly my passion. I like a lot of things. It's hard to say. I like helping other people, but I also love dogs.
Yeah, it's a tough one to figure out.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's something you need to settle for like one thing to be passionate about. I think the most exciting part is the journey. And I think you just got to be passionate about that.
You mean the headache? Oh boy.
Anyway, I got a special story, Coming up next, it's about a young man's journey, about coming out.
Like, coming out? Coming out?
Yeah, Norbert, like coming out of the
Ooh.
closet. But let's take a quick look at this beautiful clip from NBC News.
I had been keeping this secret most of my life, and I had planned to take it to the grave.
But now at the age of 90, Ken has decided to share his secret. He's gay.
In 1942, when I was 12, I realized I was gay.
Ken says he was raised in a rigid religious household in Kansas where he couldn't be his true self.
That was a little bit of a problem, which stopped me on occasion from engaging in any type of homosexual behavior.
As a young man, Ken says he had a few homosexual encounters, but kept them secret.
In the 50s, 60s, if you came out, it really would cost you your family, your job, all of your relationships, because you would be immediately called a pervert, and I didn't really have the strength to face that.
Ken joined the Navy, served 4 years, and then moved to California to get a job. When he was 27, he met Philip and fell in love.
We were just happy with each other. It was a void in my life that had suddenly been filled by another person who apparently had some of the same needs, and we just melted into each other.
They were together for 2 years, but one Sunday while at church, Ken says he felt he couldn't be both a Christian and a homosexual.
I battled it for a few weeks, and then finally I said, I can't do this anymore.
Ken left Philip, moved back to Kansas, and in 1963 married Mary Ethel Gwynn, who never knew about his past.
I never talked to her about it. I honestly felt I was doing a huge, great job of being straight.
But 16 years into their marriage, Ken made a decision.
When my daughter was 7, the marriage had just become difficult for me to continue, and we ended with a divorce.
Ken says he immediately began searching for Philip to tell him what was in his heart.
I'd have to tell him how sorry I was. What a mistake I made, that I just never should have left.
When Ken was 65, his daughter Rebecca revealed her own secret.
I came out to my father in 1995 when I was 22 years old.
And so I gave her the good old lecture of it's wrong, don't do it, you won't last.
I ended up marrying that girlfriend. He was in our wedding. He has always treated us as a couple.
In March of this year, when Ken began writing his autobiography, old memories resurfaced.
One day I was talking to Rebecca, and I just happened to mention, I wish I had never left Philip.
When I found out that his one true love he'd lost was a man, I wasn't totally surprised. And I just started thinking about how painful it's probably been for him to carry this by himself all these years. And I hoped and wondered that now that he had told me, perhaps he would begin to heal more.
Ken decided to come out in a very big way on Facebook. And he says he's received support from people around the world.
A lot of them telling me that they've got more courage now to come out.
Complete strangers offered to help him find Philip on the internet. Then Ken got devastating news. Philip had passed away.
That was a real blow to me to find it. I'm sorry. Didn't have the chance to say goodbye.
After decades of keeping a secret, Ken is finally out of the closet.
I'm out, I'm gay, and I'm free.
How's that one, Norbert? You're never too old to come out.
I totally wasn't expecting that one, Bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Pretty sweet story, though, huh? But, hey, Norbert, what do you think of all these lockdowns, and what's going on here in the U.S.? I had some friends from my friends in JCI Badung Bali from Indonesia asked me this kind of stuff over the weekend when I guest spoke on their one of their projects.
I don't know, Bubbles. I just don't want to get it, and I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to spread it.
Yeah, me either, bro. I think it's gonna be a while before we get a safe vaccine. And like I said in the other weeks, we just gotta do our best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane.
Yeah, man. I feel bad for all those parents who are going to teach their kids at home. Can you imagine to teach Common Core math?
No ways, dude. If I had kids, I'd just teach them to like carry the one. Common Core is such a waste of time.
I've got 3 10s, which is 30, and 5 ones, so that is 30 plus 5. 12 is 1 10 plus 2 ones. Okay, so that's step 1. The next step would be to draw a large box.
A few inches later.
And on the side, I'm going to put 10 plus 2. Where your plus signs are, I want you to draw lines through the middle and down it. And then in the very corner, we're still multiplying, so I'm going to put a big multiplication sign.
Day 2, day 3, day 4. A few moments later.
When we're multiplying by a 10, so I like to say 1 times 3 is 3. And how many zeros do we have? We've got 2, so we attach them to the end of the number.
3 weeks later.
2 times 5 is 10. I filled up all my numbers on the inside. Now all I have to do
6.5 hours later.
10. Make sure you line up your places too. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. Those are zeros all the way down, so 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 1 more is 12. Bring that 2 and carry that 100. 3 plus 1 is 4. And that is your answer.
Yeah, man. I don't know how these kids learn that way. When they get to calculus, oh man.
Yeah, dude. But not considering having to teach your kids this fall, if you're a parent, I think families still have a lot to look forward to after this pandemic's over. Like hanging out with family and friends again. We're not having to worry about spreading a disease.
Didn't matter that it was raining. No, they headed out the door to hug Grandma and Grandpa for the first time in months.
More golden times are sure to be coming in the near future. But we just gotta make it out there.
Yeah, we can make it, Bubbles.
Hey guys, sorry, we gotta wait just a little bit. Norbert went off to the Muppets room to tinkle his winkle. So yeah, but that guy, he's definitely taking
Forever!
1 eternity later.
Alright, I'm back. Are we done already?
Nope. Perfect timing, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, just about to wrap it up.
Okay.
So now, guys, everybody out there, if you guys like what we're putting out, really love it if you could smash that like button down below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button down below. If you really love what we've been doing, it'd be great if you could share this video.
Please share.
And as always, please hit the notification bell down below to be notified when new videos comes out. This week, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check out that donation link to JCI Lebanon's fundraising page for the people of Lebanon and Beirut and their JCI members out there that are doing their absolute best
They need our
to
help.
help their community. But yeah, that's all I got this week. So we'll see you all next week for another episode of Wonderful Wednesdays. Now remember, guys, if you're ever angry or upset, there's no angry way to say bubbles. Aloha.